सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। यस्य प्रसादात् अहमेव विष्णु मय्येव सर्वं परिकल्पितं च इत्थं विजानामि सदात्मरूपं तस्यां कृपत्मं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम्। Ninth is the Akara Upasana, and by it, what is its benefit? By such Upasana, what is the benefit we have seen? And Upasana, you should always remember, is to have that Bhava Purvam Dhyanam. See, Dhyanam is of very different types. Dhyanam can be Dharana, but when it is effortlessly going to the Upasyam, whatever is the Upasyam, let it be Om, let it be a Vigraham, a Murti, whatever it is, when your mind without any goading is going all the time to that Upasya Murti, then you are in Dhyana. Now here the peculiarity is it is not a Murti or anything. It is the very reality that we are meditating by means of Om. And when you meditate on the Ekamatramadidhyayida, when you are meditating on the Akara Matra, A, U, Ma and Akaram, you are Jagatyamadi Sambadhyade, you gain the overlordship of the world itself. Meaning thereby, not that literally you should take it, meaning you are the master of. Now you are the slave of the world. You are the slave of worldly experiences and suffering from them in various thousand different ways. Though we may say we know we are Atman, the self, but in your house you know what you are. Isn't it? By merely knowing intellectually also, nothing is going to happen. By intellectually knowing I am always Ananda Swarupa, what is the use? That only is intellect knows. But my experience should be that. All efforts in the study of the Upanishad is for that experience divine. Every study is that. Not that we don't know. After so many Upanishads, you have to know. Is it not? That you are the Atman, the self, and you have no problems. That you know already. But the problem is, it is not my personal experience. Why am I not feeling ever joyous, ever bubbling with happiness? It is simply because it is only a paroksha jnanam that you have now, not aparoksha anubhuti. It's not an aparoksha anubhuti. Why that fan is not working? You want the fan, Mr. Bora? Put that fan also. Yeah. Okay. So then we saw by that what happens. Jagatyam avisampadhyade namucho manushya-loga umadayante. And when we die, we come back to the manushya-loga alone. And sa tatra tapasa brahmacharyena shraddhaya sampannaha. He is born into a spiritual life at the very beginning itself. Now we came in somewhere in between, isn't it? But those people, those jnana brashtas, they come back to that life again, and shraddhaya sampannaha, having become mahimanam anubhavanti. In Prashnopanishad it is said like that. He attains mahimanam, he attains greatness in this world. He feels that he is enjoying the world, not in the ordinary sense of the term, but in the spiritual sense. So supposing you are only identical with the now in the next verse he says he attains all desires, and he becomes the first or foremost among all. Among the people, he attains much in the world. Why? Because some Purvakala you have done Omkara Upasana in its first matra. So some people ask, why all bad people only enjoy? Not good people are not enjoying in this world. We don't know what their Upasana was sometime. We have no idea. So until that punyas are all over, they will be enjoying in this world. But their enjoyment is limited to the worldly greatness, the worldly joys, the worldly wealth. But one who worships Om, they get also spiritual wealth. They are somebody in this world and they are also spiritually advanced. Don't think that spiritual advancement is by your effort. Bhagavan helps you. Ishvara anugraha deva pumsam advaita vasana. Don't think you have come here accidentally. It's because there is something you have done which prompts you in this path. Why everybody is not coming? Is it not? Everybody is not attracted to spiritual life. Why? Because they have not done the proper sadhanas in their many lives. Now we go to the next. Swapna sthanartha taijasa ukaro dvidiyo matra utkarshad ubhayatvad utkarshadihavai jnana sandadim samanascha bhavati na asya brahmavit kule abrahmavit kule bhavati yayevam veda. So he who is taijasa swapnasthana taijasa ukaro dvidiya matra utkarshad ubhayatvat, himself he arrives at activity, he who is taijasa, and what does he do? He meditates on Om on the second matra. And what is the second matra? Umatra, on account of superiority, utkarsham. Utkarsham means superior to the first matra. Why it is superior? Only I can't be thinking for you. closer. Also, it is physical, what do you call it? Mind is always superior to the body. Is it not? Utkarsham is there. It is Utkarsha. It has got a superiority over the amatra. Utkarshad ubhayatvad. And also, or on account of being between the amatra and the matra. He is one who has walked a short distance, whose mind can be brought under control. You understand? By the meditation, who has taken mind for the sadhana. It is not a physical sadhana. That is why it is Utkarsham. And it has Ubhayatvam is there. This side is the Akara, Amatra. This side is Makara. So, it is superior on account of being between the two, and he who knows this attains to a superior knowledge, jnana santadim samanascha bhavadi, and is treated equally by all. Now in the Upanishad it is said, in the Prashna Upanishad, I will look at. So, atha yedi dvimatrena manasi sambadhyade sa antariksham yajurbhir unniyade somalogam sa somaloge vibhudim anubhuya punaravartate. He goes to the somalogam. He who? That was the one who meditates on Ukara. It is here. Soyam Atma Chadushpad. To the moon. Swapnasthanas taijasa ukaro didiyo matra utkarshad ubhayatvad utkarshadi havai jnana santadim samanascha bhavadi na asya brahmavit kule bhavadi yeyevam veda. In his house, in his family, nobody will come without a desire for attaining Brahman. Abrahmavit. There will be no Abrahmavit. There will be always whose whole kulam will become purified. These are all come in various other Upanishads also. In 7 janmas this side and 7 janmas previously, they all become Brahmajnanis, or at least interested in this Brahma Vidya. That is what is meant thereby. There they give rise to that desire for Brahmajnanam among in his own kulam. So here I say jnana santadim samanascha bhavadi, and that he says here adayadi dvimatrena manasi sambadhyade so antariksham yajurbhir unniyade Somalogam sa somaloge vibhudim anubhuya punaravartade. So he goes to Somaloka, Chandraloka, is it not? He goes to Chandraloka and one who do this type of upasana, in his Shishya Parampara, everybody will have interest in Vedantic study, Abhiruchi and Sabhalyam, in attaining the goal. Soma Devatatmagam Swapnatmagam will be the mind of such a devotee, and he attains Atma Bhavam, and after death he goes to Somaloka and there enjoys all great Aishwarya, and after that he comes back again to Manushya Loka. In all the three they come back to Manushya Loka. That please understand. Because they are all Mithya worlds. Okay. Now, Sushupta Sthana Prajno Adayadi Dvimatrena Manasi Sambadhyade so Andariksham Yejubhir Unniyade Somalogam Sa somaloge vibhuti manubhuya punaravartate. It is all in your books and on small books all it will be given. Sushuptasthana prajno makara stritiya matra mite abhiterva minodihava idam sarvam abhitischa bhavadi yayevam veda. So, in the third, Swapnasthana is over, then it's not very important. What is the bhalam it is? So, we can just go through. Sushuptasthana prajno makara stritiya matra mide abhidervam minodi bhavaidam sarvam abhidascha bhavadi evam veda. They know the truth of the word. Sushuptasthana makara upasana, one who does, becomes one with Ishvara. Why Ishvara? Ishvara is the... Now in all this, what you have to understand is, you, by doing the akara upasana, up to Virat you can achieve. Is it not? That is Vaishwanara, and in the total is Virat. What is the state of your attainments up to Virat? Virata upasaka you can become. You can understand the nature of the whole world. When he says he will become the ruler of the world, it does not mean he becomes Chakravarti or something. He becomes he understands the whole world. Because up to the Virat. Is it clear? Similarly, in the physical world. I mean, in our upasana, from Ishtadevata upasana, the highest Ishtadevata upasana is Virat upasana. So you can reach up to that. There is so much of place to growth. And you can be a Virat upasaka and attain many great siddhis also. You know, there are many people who are Siddha Purushas. All these belong to the persons who worship Om as in the Matra. Now, in the second one, in the Dvidiya Matra, they go up to Hiranyagarbha. Hiranyagarbha Upasakas they become in the end. Starting from where? Taijasa. From Taijasa to Hiranyagarbha. So, the mind's capacity is that your mind is only the individual mind, small mind. You understand? It has the potential to become the total mind, samashti mind. So the great masters who do this type of upasana, they can even know other people's mind. Suppose they are doing Hiranyagarbha upasana, they know what you are thinking now. Thank God I don't have such siddhis. It's better not to have. You understand? What I am trying to say is, the limit is, the totality is very, very high. You can become a there are Hiranyagarbha upasakas in the world. And they reach that. But we are Vedantins. We cannot forget that. We don't want all those siddhis. Then what do we want? We want Brahman. That is why the siddhis do not attract a Vedanti. However great it is. You may see, none of us came here thinking that you will get some siddhi, vidya. No. So, these are all the intermediary upasakas. Shakti upasaka, that upasaka, the Hanuman upasaka. What are they wanting? They want a limited goal. They want something which will make you more powerful, more capable, more threatening other people. You understand? Siddhi, once you want, then your journey to the ultimate, to the Paramatma has stopped. You be with Siddhi only. So it is just like any other siddhi in the world outside. I'm a great scientist, a great musician, great that, great this, and great siddha. And I don't know what you want to be. If you get a siddhi, what will you do with it? I am just asking one question. What will you do, Mr. Raju? That is the thing. That is where Vedanta comes. Vedanta is not interested. It is a byway on the path. It's a byway. Don't get carried away by that. You understand? Sri Chakra Upasana. And so many other upasanas are there. This is the only upasana which wants Brahman. Is that clear? Why has Gaudapada chosen Omkara upasana? I am telling you. It doesn't ask for siddhis. But I am telling you, the upasana can take you to various siddhis also. Sometimes without your wanting, it will come to you. At that time, Gurudev had told us, just ignore the siddhis that come to you automatically. Hey, just ignore it. Because it will otherwise be an impediment in your path to the higher. So, okay, they know the truth of the world and becomes one with Ishvara. Their limit is what? Not even Hiranyagarbha, but Ishvara himself. But even that is not the end of our search. Ishvara Sakshatkaram. Ramana Maharshi says very beautifully, Atma Sakshatkara eva. Ishvara, if you have Sakshatkaram, you have attained. Ishvara Sakshatkaram is not what you think is Sakshatkaram, but Atma Sakshatkaram is the real Sakshatkaram. Have you attained that Atman in yourself? He says, yeah, who is the Jagat and who is Ishvara? Who is the Jagat Karanam? Such great people. Don't think all these are cock and bull stories. We don't want to hear all this. I am not telling you. Great Maharshi is telling you. I am only a interpreter, a poor interpreter that. Understand this? See, for example, Chattambi Swami, who lived when Gurudev was a small child. At that time, Chattambi Swami had attained the Prakriti Layam. He worshipped, he did Upasana to Balambika. That is what and he became, but he was a uncompromising Vedanti. He did not become a merely Siddha Purusha, but he had so many Siddhis. He can even talk to animals, trees, everything. Prakriti Laya. In Prakriti he knows everything. The snakes also obey him. Can you imagine? He was a very great master. But he knew this is all byproducts of my sadhana. I must be a Vedantin only. And he had been a Vedantin all his life. He never tried for anything other than a great master. He used to go to Gurudev's house now and then and take the baby on his lap and talk to it. So many people say that Gurudev was given instruction in his young childhood by Chattambi. He'll keep him on his lap and go on talking to the child, 1 year, 2-year-old child. So then the sisters who are all elder to Gurudev, they asked this Chattambi, what are you talking to that little baby? That you will not understand, he said. Only thing I can tell you, he will become a great Mahan. And then that lady tells me, I have met her in Uttarkashi once, and she said, we never thought he will be this type of a Mahat. We thought he will become, they are coming from a family of lawyers. We thought he will become a very famous lawyer. That's all we thought, she said. So you see, the Mahatmas, their blessing, their grace also is of prime importance in the spiritual path. And here he says, he is on the threshold of Surya. Who? The one who do the second makara, second matra, third matra of the, because he is close, next step is Surya. So with that, the 11th verse also is over. And he says there, in that, he who realizes this identity of Makara, Sushuptasthana Prajno Makara Srutiya Pada, and is the third matra, Makara. And there are two things in it, like the other has got Utkarsha and Ubhayatva. Here it has got two things which are Minodi. Minodi means measuring. Measuring and Egi Bhavanam is there, Egi Bhavi. What is it? Mite Abhideva. Abhideva means becomes one with the Egi Bhavanam. Is called Tritiya Matra. One who knows this is on the way to know Ishvara. And not only Ishvara, he is on the threshold of the realization. He has come to the step by step, he has risen up to. Now, Yappunavedam Trimatrena Omityedena iva aksharena Param Purusham Abhidhyayida. One who worships the Paramapurusha with this third matra, Trimatrena Abhidhyayida Sat Tejasi Surye Sambannaha. His Tejas is like the sun. Yatha Padoras Twaja Vinirmuchya Evam Havai Sabapmana Vinirmuktaha. Like a snake, Padodara means snake. The snake gives up its its skin. The snake will give up its skin without any effort, because it happens to it automatically. Similarly, that man gives up all his papas. Papmanam, yatha padodara Twaja vinirmuchya evam havai sapapmanam vinirmuktaha. He is freed from all papas. Samabhirunniyade brahmalokam. He will be taken to brahmalokam. I am going to do only third. Brahmalokam will reach. Brahmaloka also is only not the real intermediary loka. Kramam. Samabhirunniyade brahmalokam sayedasmat jivakanat parat param purushayam purushamikshade. There he realizes that Brahman. All from Prashnopanishad, these three verses, what will happen to one who worships the various matras of. Okay, all this is very difficult. Like Gurudev says in that DVD he showed, Aum, like that. All very difficult, Gurudev said. But you can make it a simple way of upasana to suit yourself. The Vedic rishis never thought of places where all will join together and then they will shout like all that they have never thought of. No, they will be taught how to chant properly. But because school makes noise, we can't teach means what? Yay! In the early morning, if you go to LKG class, then all the children will say, hey. So it will make noise, definitely. Omkara. Omkara, now you don't have to go to any school or anything to study. It can be even mental. You know, you will yourself feel that going within. Before practicing, you are telling him why you can't do it. This is bad. Now we are only showing you the general path. How you are going to do it is your choice. Is that clear? I cannot come and choose a place for you. All that I can't do. The book doesn't say all that. So you go there and now. So that Paramapurusha, he Tejoruba, he will become Surya and he becomes one with Surya and gives up all his papa karmas, leave him, and that which is Prapanchadida Sarva Andaryamya Paramapurusha, he becomes Amaraha, he does the Sakshatkara in Brahmaloka. He goes to Brahmaloka. From Brahmaloka, he will go into Kramamukti and attain the highest state. All these are only pointers. Please remember, they are not teaching you a whole Vidya. No. Those Vidyas are differently done in various Upanishads. Madhu Vidya, Chandilya Vidya, that Vidya, this Vidya. That is not the place for Upanishadic study. You have to find the proper teacher for that. And the teacher will advise you. If you become, inspired to do the Omkara Upasana, you will find the appropriate teacher and he will direct you. Is it clear? I am not the proper teacher for that. I am only telling such a Upasana exists. And by that, the Manda Madhyama Adhikaris become Uttama Adhikaris. This is all that is said there. Now, what is the next one which is the most important is the Amatra. So, Kariga 19 to 23 had given you all these mantras. Which mantras? We started from 8, 9, 10, 11. 9, 10, 11 is seen in Kariga number 19 to 23. Okay? To 23. 19 to Kariga. Now, the 12th mantra is about in that Omkara meditation, when will I reach that Amatrao? Amatras Chadurdho Avyavaharyaha Prapanchobhashamaha Shivo Advaida Evam Omkara Atmaiva Samvishati Atmanatmanam Evam Veda. So, what is that? Gurudev had gone to the Kariga, 19 to 23. So, we have to do that first, then only the 12th. So, what is the 19th Kariga? Vishwasya Attvavivakshaya Attvavivaksham Vishwasya Attvavivakshayam Adi Samanyam Utkadam Matra Sampradipattau Sad Apti Samanyamevacha. Here from this Kariga onwards, Gaudapada is condensing what was said in the mantra. So he says, when the identity of Vishwa Sya Atva Vivakshayam. Atva Vivaksha means, and the A sound is to be described. Identity of Vishwa and the Akara sound is to be described. Vivakshayam Adi Samanyam Utkadam is to be described. The common feature between them are being the first, and that we have already seen, all pervasive. All pervasiveness and the Adimat is the first, and it is all pervasive. Similarly, the Matra is the first, Amatra is the first, and it is pervading the entire language. All the Namarupas, because as you say, you cannot make any word without A. Ka is the sound. Ka plus A is Ka. You understand? It pervades the entire Vak Prabhanjam. That is how it is. They have got Samanyam. So they are Sadrisham. They are equal to each other. The common features between them are being the first and the all-pervasiveness. In Omkara Upasana, when we consider Vaishwanara as Akara, the similarities being the first letter A, when we consider it as the Amatra, then the similarities, all pervasiveness, syllable. Now, while describing the common features between the sound A and the waking state ego, the Rishi had pointed out that the common feature for both was in their being first or their all pervasiveness. But here in the stanza we read of an assertion that Vishwa is identical with the sound A because each of them is the first and all pervasive. So, slight variation from what the Upanishad says Gaudapada is adopting in this Karika. The difference between Gaudapada and the Upanishad has made some critics feel that the Karika was first written and then the Upanishad. Some foolish objectors are always there. Not only now. So don't get worried about that. So he says, which was written first? Did he write the Upanishad first? Gaudapada had never said that he had written the Upanishad. Upanishad is from the Atharvana Veda. But he says, yeah, it must have been written first, prose mantras. This is not true. At least this is not sufficient argument for such an outrageous conclusion. Gurudev writes. It is not a correct conclusion against the traditional belief of our sacred land. Many things have come down to us due to tradition. And what is the tradition? Upanishad was written, and for which Karika was written by Gaudapada. Okay. Now, thus Gaudapada as a true glosser has in his stanza brought out the significance so vividly by making a statement seemingly different from the Upanishad, to conclude thereby that the Upanishads were written much later than the Karika, and to give to Karika an earlier date than the Upanishad will be like putting the cart and the driver before the horse. So, don't get into this Vada business, okay? You want to know the truth? Then Vada never enter. There are enough foolish people to do Vada.
Vadas are required for getting PhD.
Let them take PhD. But it is not required for attaining Brahman. It is not required.
What does he mean by Vishwa being identical with
In the Karika, in the Upanishad, while describing the common features between the sound A and the waking state ego, the Rishi had pointed out that the common feature both was in their being first or their all-pervasiveness. Both, he said. But here in the stanza we read of an assertion that Vishwa is identical with the sound A. He is identifying it with the, but identity was not said in the Upanishad. That's the only small. He must have understood it as identity only. But in the Upanishad it is said both have got Samanya Lakshanam.
First and outer.
First. That is all. That is all the difference. So let us leave it. And so they had changed the date of the Upanishad also because of that. That is unimportant to us because we are not historians. We are only wanting to know how to reach my own pure state of Brahman. That's all. Taijasasyottva vijnana utkarsho drishyate sputam matra sampratibattau syat ubhayatvam tatha vidam. It is the same thing in the second also. Taijasa is of the same nature as U in Om. The common feature being what? Superiority to the first. And another reason for fixing such an identity is being in the middle. That it doesn't need any explanation. It has been explained so many times. Makara bhave prajnasya mana samanya mutkadam matra sampratibattau tu leya samanyamevacham. So the identity of the prajna and makara is upon the clear common feature that they both are measure. Measure means what? Like a measuring pot is the makara, from which as though the waking state and the dream state are poured out from it. It is the karanam, they say. The prajna is the karanam for the waker and the, as though it is measured out. And you become a waker. In the morning you become a waker. Prajna, the deep sleeper, measured out the waker. And then when the dream time comes, he measures out the dream. It is as though in that prajna is the karanam for waker and the dreamer, which is in a poetic way is that measured. Measure is there. So it upon the clear common feature that they both are the measure. The other reason for such an identity is because all become one in both prajna and makara. What becomes one? Eki bhavati. Non-apprehension. And also when you chant Om, where does it end? M. And what has gone into M? U has gone into M. That is why it is said it becomes one. And after reaching that prajna state, there is neither the waker nor the dreamer. Egi bhav. Matra sampradipattau for prajna and makara. Makara also Om. In the matra, the other two matras are joined. You understand? And when you are chanting also from the soundless state, where from before Om starts there is silence. After the Om ends also there is silence. So he says, because all become one in both prajna, all become one there means both the previous two states become one in the prajna. The previous two matras, A-U becomes one in the makara. Now this portion is a sort of tough portion. And we can go on reading it again and again and again, find out. Or maybe in some other, even in the Bhashya, it is not very much describe it. It is described, but not very elaborately. So, these three states are coming and going. They are mithya. Why are they called mithya? Because the waking state comes and waking state goes. Then the dream state comes and the dream state goes. The sleep state also mithya only. Why? It has a beginning and an end. You understand? They are all, the three states are coming. Trishu dhamasu yattulyam samanyam veti nishchidaha. The wise people have come to the conclusion, all these three padas are mithya. Mithya means they have got reality. Mithya, you must properly understand the definition. Mithya means that which has reality as long as they are experienced by you. Relative reality. They are called mithya. Sokale satyavat bhadi prabhode satya asat bhavet. It becomes asat. So, it has got a relative reality and hence mithya. The witness of all the three is the Atma, the Chadurtham, the Amatra Om. Fourth we are saying only because of the three that goes before. Otherwise it is not fourth also. It is not first also. It is not second also. It is not third also. It is not fourth also. With reference to the three that we have now gone through, the fourth is the Amatra. And fourth, since Bhagavan Shankara says it is, are you chanting those Mangala shlokas or no? The Amatra Om is considered as Maya Sankhya. Maya Sankhya. Okay. One who does the vichara thus becomes such a person who does the upasana of Onkara, vichara. Actually, Onkara, Nirnayam and Atma Vicharam it is. This is Atma Vichara. And where does it end? It ends in, you do the analysis of the three states of consciousness and then you come to the Amatra Om. And what is your understanding about Amatra Om? He is going to say, Trishu dhamasu yattulyam samanyam veti nishchidaha sapujyaha sarvabhudanam vandyashchaiva mahamuni. He is a mahamuni. He who knows without doubt what the common features are in the three states is worshipped. What the common features are in the three states, if I write an article on it, it doesn't mean you are a mahamuni. You understand? Then when I have internalized that knowledge, I have internalized that knowledge and live as the fourth state of consciousness, then you are a Mahamuni. Vandyaha is to be worshipped by everyone around him. Like that, Sarva Bhudanam Vandyaha, Pujyaha. All words are used there. The one who realizes that Turyatma, he is worshipped by all. He is a Vandyan. And he is a Muni. Says here, indeed, he is a great stage. He is adored by all beings in this world. The above four stanzas have been deliberately left without commentary by Shankara. And I don't blame him. If I were writing the commentary, I also would have done it. It's a very tough 4 verses, which does not yield to understanding very quickly. Now we got some points, Samanya. That is, what are the common features of all the 4? One thing we have understood in that is Matra eva padaha, pada eva matra. That is what we have understood. Why? For the reasons given above. And Shankara had not written commentary on it. So he written deliberately, left without commentary, because all these ideas have already been explained exhaustively when we discuss the corresponding prose mantras of the Upanishad. This has come again previously, hence he did not write any commentary. So with 23rd, it Akaro Nayade Vishwam Ukaraschapi Taijasam Makarascha Punah Prajnam Namatre Vidyate Gadi. So he says here very beautifully, Gaudapada says, Akaro Nayade Vishwam. The sound Akaram helps the meditator to attain a well-developed waking state personality. Why I should meditate? And everybody asks, Meditation is a powerful tool. Suppose you are unable to love any being in this world. Such people are also always hating everything and finding some fault somewhere. Kakadrishti is there. Such people should do what meditation? That I am love absolute. You understand? Don't take meditation as a very silly affair. You can change the personality of others, you can even change your own personality. I lack in this quality. I can get those qualities by constantly meditating on them. This I believe. That is why we say, don't hate people. Suppose somebody hates you and you have got a lot of problems with him. Sit in meditation and send out always loving thoughts to him. Every day, for a month or 2 months, you will be surprised that his attitude towards you keep on changing. Why does it change? Because the thoughts have touched his. So, meditation can be used as a powerful tool to develop a well-rounded personality in you. I am Purnaha. I have no sorrows in this world. If you meditate every day, you become a happy person. Whatever limitations you are feeling in your personality can be overcome by meditation. So that is why during meditation practices, we always assert our true nature. I am not a limited being. I am Sachidananda Brahma Avyayaha. Asangoham punah punaha. Like this, we chant again and again. It is not merely to get spiritual development, even to personality development will come to you by proper kind of meditation. Then develop a well-rounded personality in you first and then direct it towards spiritual growth. So he says, Akaro Nayade Vishwam, he gets a well-developed waking personality, and Ukaraschabi Taijasam, the meditator on U attains a well-developed mind and intellect. A powerful mind and intellect. That is, you sit in meditation and you tell yourself, my mind is day by day, my mind is becoming more and more sharp and powerful. Thus you meditate. These are all various types of meditation. Attains a well-developed Taijasa. And he who meditates on Makara attains Prajna. And Gaudapada says, Prajnam namatre na prajnaha makarascha punah prajnam attains prajna. One who meditates on attains prajna, or you can say the highest in prajna is Ishvara. Ishvara Sakshatkaram comes by meditating on the matra. M matra, you get. And he says, in the matra, I meditate on the matra. Gaudapada says, na matre vidyate gadi. What will I gain? Nothing. Are you? Good thing you told us. See what Gaudapada means there is no gadi, there is no movement, there is total stillness. Nagadi means no movement. In that amatra, in that soundless, there is no attainment, means there is no worldly attainment. Then what do you get? The blessings of the spirit is available in the amatra, concentration. Up to Ishvara Sakshatkaram, you can go to the Makara. But after that, Amatra is where there is nothing beneficial in the world, in the finite world. It is a state of utter peace and tranquility. So, Gaudapada says, there is no movement. Gati is not there. Gati is not there means there is no movement at all. Here these have been already, the soundless part of Om, when meditating upon, does not yield to the meditator any particular benefit in the finite world. Right, given there. Any particular way of material gains. There is no material gains by Omkara Upasana at the Amatra level. Its spiritual blessings are, however, of the highest, the infinite, as envisaged in the next Upanishad mantra. So, what is the benefit then? It has got infinite blessings of spiritual dimensions. It does not make you richer. It does not make you well-rounded Pailwan. It does not make you a poet or a painter or a that or this. All developments of the faculties in you. But it makes you what? It takes you to the primordial silence, and there is no gadi, there is no movement at all. With that one line, Gaudapada is telling us much. From that one half a line, you must understand that is a state of absolute prapanchopashamam shivam shantam advaita. Sa atma savijneha. So you see, that is what is indicated in that upasana in the last. Now, my 1 hour is over. Now next is the 12th mantra and its kariga. With that, Agama Prakaranam will be over. So I request you to read it again and again and again until it becomes rooted in your mind. Okay? So this Omkara, meanwhile, but they are always, one who worships me, he will come to me, says Lord Krishna. One who worships the Anya Devatas, they will go to it. But one who worships Brahman will go to Brahman only. What is the difference between Brahman and my little Krishna? No difference. One is unmanifest, cosmic power. The other is manifested, Saguna Ishvara. What is the difference between Saguna Ishvara and Nirguna Brahma? That difference is there. So I can attain Saguna Brahma. I can attain Nirguna Brahma. Nirguna Brahma, of course, is in the highest pedestal in our Vedantic literature. Is that clear? Nothing wrong. If you can arrive at even Saguna Brahma, you have done a great deal. That only we want. some time to see that Krishna when. But the truth you want, then that should be the aim. Is that clear? Every step is a step towards success. Every step. But the highest step is the Amatra Om. Okay. In the beginning I told you, Agama Prakarana actually finishes the Upanishadic portion. And the Karigas connected with it. But then Gaudapada wants to establish the Vedantic, Darshanam. Vedanta Darshanam on sound footing. So illusoriness of the world, he takes up for discussion in the second Prakarana, illusoriness. Vaidadhya Prakarana. And by various methods, the existing understanding of Vedanta, there are so many defects in it, and he is rejecting those. For that he has written the Vaidadhya Prakarana and Advaita Prakarana to establish Advaita on sound footing. And there are, in those days particularly, the Bauddhas and other type of Darshanagyas, like Nayayigas, Vaisheshikas, and Sankhyans. Actually, Sankhyans are the greatest trouble for Vedanta, because Sankhya Matam is nearest to us. So, in order to negate all of them, he writes the last Prakarana, Alada Shanti Prakarana. That is 100 Karigas. Alada Shanti Prakarana is and in that he rejects the Buddhist ideology on their own grounds. To the extent that Gaudapada studied Buddhism, and by the same words and arguments, he defeats them. And he says, he makes them all fight with each other and reject them. The, Yogacharas. Yogacharas have come closer to Vedanta. So for a long time, Vedanta goes with Yogachara. After that, when he says Shaniya Vijnanavada and all, he said, you get out, you are not in our group. Thus, among themselves, the Yogacharas, the Madhyamikas, among them only the fight happened. We must always remember Gaudapada lived at the time of Buddhism. Now it is all meaningless to us because such arguments do not come at all anymore. But those days they had to, even Shankara had to do a lot of khandanam. Before he was Sarvajñapidham, before he entered, he had to do the khandanam of the existing darshanas. And when we look at all these great masters, what puny people we are. Their brains. Where are we? Now we have come to the state when we just copy from other books and make our own books. There's no original thinking. It must come another generation of Indians who will start thinking originally. Even to study what is given to us, we find it so difficult. Om Purnamata Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamada